This is Kari Keaton-Humes, the Drug and Alcohol Prevention Coordinator and Counselor. I want to thank you all in advance for your participation in the Kansas Communities That Care survey. The survey will be given to all 6th, 8th, 10th, and 12th graders during your advisory time on November 2nd. I know due to House Bill 2567, there are a lot of changes and a lot of specific guidelines that we need to make sure we're following. I thought it might be helpful to provide you with a PowerPoint and video just with some of those bulleted items that I think you need to be thinking about and paying attention to, especially on Wednesday, and to know what you need to do in advance to be prepared so that we make sure that we follow all of the guidelines that are out there. So the first list here is some reminders for you. I know you've seen my emails with the attached list of students who are not able to take the survey. The reason for this is because their parents opted out when they enrolled them. Parents were not notified not only during enrollment, but they were also notified again on October 14th. We wanted to make sure to cover parent rights and ensure that they were aware that we would be surveying their students on November 2nd. So be sure to check that list. Make sure that you are not surveying any students that are on that step. If we do survey those students, it's a violation, so we just need to make sure that we are on top of this. The survey should take under 1 hour for completion. The online survey is anonymous and confidential. The survey must be completed in one sitting and cannot be started and finished at a later time. It's one thing if a student needs to get up to excuse themselves to use the restroom and come back, but you can't stop it and then an hour later start it again. So it'll need to be done all at one time during advisory. Chairs, device screens should be placed as if students are taking a test, separated and not facing each other. They will need to know the 3-digit USD number, 383, so you'll need to make sure to give that to them. They'll also need to know that it's the Manhattan-Ogden School District. They'll have to know what county they live in. There'll be a pull-down list. If there is a student that lives outside of Riley County and they do not know which county they live in, don't worry, they can just choose Riley County. We do need all 10th and 12th grade advisories to participate. Even if you do have students that are opting out within your class, we want to make sure that the students that are voluntarily taking it have the opportunity to participate. It's critical for us to have a percentage completion rate in order to receive the data that we need, that we use for program planning and evaluation. If you're planning to have a substitute teacher on Wednesday, please ensure that they're aware of all the survey requirements. Make sure they know if there are specific students in your advisory that cannot be surveyed. We will make sure on Wednesday morning, if there are any last-minute subs, we do have a plan in place to make sure to address that. I've put my contact information on here, so please email me, give me a call at my extension 8077, or you can just come down to my office E134 if you have any questions. As far as administration goes, students must be informed of their right to opt out of the survey at any time. You need to communicate this to them before they begin. Make sure to communicate that we do appreciate their participation, but it is not mandatory. Mr. Dorst will be making an announcement over the intercom at the very beginning of advisory time, and he will communicate this to students. But it's just really important that if any time during the survey a student decides they don't want to finish it or they don't want to take it, they do not have to. Students who are on the do not survey list cannot take the survey. Again, I know I already talked about this in the last slide. I also know that I've sent out multiple emails, as has Mr. Dorst, to make sure to communicate this to them, to all of you, but also you're going to need to communicate this to students. So you will need to let them know that they do not have parental consent. They can stay in your classroom and they can work on something else quietly while everyone else completes the survey. Have students access the survey on their device via QR code and/or a link that will be provided to you on advisory day. This link here will take you to the PDF. This is what you will get on Wednesday, but I just wanted to make sure you had time to see it in advance and be able to make sure you have access to it come survey day. Student instructions are included at the beginning of the survey and can be viewed in an embedded video or read as transcribed text. So you will not need to give students instructions. You will just need to make sure that they are not on the do not survey list. You'll need to make sure the students who are on the do not survey list do not scan that code and take it. And you'll need to make sure they have access to that QR code and link. Other than that, the rest of it is going to be self-explanatory. It is going to take them to the web page where they will be able to view the introduction themselves. They will also be able to choose to take the survey either in English or Spanish. Those embedded survey instructions will prompt the students to select their preferred language on the very first survey question. And for students that are choosing Spanish, they'll be guided to toggle to the Spanish option that'll be located in the top corner of the survey screen. Announce when there are 3 to 5 minutes remaining, and that is 3 to 5 minutes before that hour is complete, and ask students who have not finished the survey to go to the final question on the survey. So they can skip all the questions they haven't done, go to the last one. That very final survey question, which is a very important one, is how honest were you in filling out this survey? There are suicide prevention and behavioral health resources that are embedded in the survey. As soon as a student clicks submit, the following support resource information will appear. The SAMHSA National Help and Behavioral Health Locator that can help students and families find resources in their community. Also, the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline will also pop up, and that has options available that they could chat with someone if they needed to. Again, my contact information was on the first slide. Please do not hesitate to give me a call and ask me any questions. I apologize for the extra complications and the extra work that it entails this year, but the information we get from this data is critical. Our district uses it for our strategic plan. We make a lot of decisions about programming based on the results of the survey. So the work that you are doing is very important, and we appreciate your time. Thank you.